So, behind the rules, I looked up my own rule set for this challenge, and it looks like I forgot one of my own rules. According to the rules that I wrote, we can start calling ourselves a clan and get a leader and everything when we have 5 adult cats. And we have 6. Though I think we can be excused for delaying things so long. We have had like 5 for a little while at one point, but we can be excused because we went so long with basically everybody being related to each other. Everybody was like blood related, and it would have just been like we're a family as opposed to a clan. But now we have some outside blood, so I think we can start introducing the concept of actually being a clan. We still aren't fully established until we have like 20 cats that aren't kits, but I think we can go ahead and appoint somebody as the leader and even choose a deputy. And given everything that's happened, I think the best fit for being the leader is Saffron Shade. Given everything that's happened, Saffron Shade he's been here the longest next to Wild Skitter. He's worked so hard to ensure the clan's survival. I cannot speak, apparently. He has, like, even when he gets lost, he'll do whatever it takes to come back as quickly as possible. He has been through so much. We love him. He's the hardest worker. I think that he deserves to be the leader. But another rule says that the deputy needs to be the main character's best friend, or whoever they're closest to, whoever they have the most trust with. And this is mostly a case of like, oh, there's only 5 cats. Like they're gonna choose who they can trust the most, as opposed to like looking at somebody's skill. And I think that there's still technically few enough cats that it'll work. And so for Saffron Shade, if we look at his relationships, not counting Wild Skitter, who is his brother and the healer, Petunia Mask is the one that he has like the most care for, the most like trust towards. Actually, Ant Tree has more trust, but Petunia Mask is the most liked. This actually makes me a little curious. I forgot that trust is separate from comfort and respect and stuff. So even if you don't quite get along with Ant Tree as much, you have more trust in Ant Tree, and you've been around long enough that I think that you would understand. Like, you don't just pick somebody because they're your best friend. See, this is the point where storytelling versus my rule set gets a little tricky. Because I made the rule set thinking like, oh yeah, like you'll get 5 cats. Like if you do well, you'll have 5 cats pretty quickly. They won't have like a ton of like relationships between each other. They're just gonna like, there's only gonna be like 1 cat that they really get along with probably. Now I have like a case where I have to choose between somebody that you like more but don't have as much respect or trust in, and somebody that you don't like quite as much. You still like them, just not like, you're not quite as close with them, but you do have like more comfort and more trust and more respect for them, even if it's just by a small margin. So that's the tricky thing for me. I kind of want to say, I'm actually going to look at their traits. Petunia Mask is adventurous, a keen eye, and a good fighter. Those are all some good traits to have. While Ant Tree is lonesome and a lore master. Though that makes me curious. I feel like Petunia Mask, like between all of that and having like traits that are better for like being a deputy, like Ant Tree is a good warrior, but not necessarily like deputy material, I would say. Petunia Mask, I think, leans more towards it, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick with Petunia Mask is his closest friend. I think that you are going to be the deputy. So Saffron Shade, let's go ahead and change your role. We are going to promote you suddenly to leader. And let's go ahead and actually see what happens during your leader ceremony. Saffron Shade leaves to speak with StarClan. They close their eyes and are immediately surrounded by their loved ones, friends, and clanmates who have passed on. Stars shine throughout their pelts, and their eyes are warm as they greet the new leader. Bonsai Tuft waltzes up to Saffron Shade's side like a whirlwind, their fur sticking up in all angles. They give the new leader a life for sympathy before dashing off into the crowd of starlight. Bonsai Tuft! You got a life from your dad, aww! A tiny kid, Torn Kit, rushes up to Saffron Shade, stars twinkling in their eyes. They loudly and theatrically proclaim that they'll be giving Saffron Shade a life for friendship before dashing back into line, looking very proud of themselves. Torn Kit! Wasn't Tornkit one of the kids that died? That, like, was one of... Why can I not remember her name? Oh my gosh, she was only here for so long. She brought her kids died, and then she died. I can't remember her name. I feel so terrible, but I think Tornkit was one of hers. Pronghorn Smoke presses their nose to Saffron Shade's forehead, offering a life for bravery. Before they return to the line of Star Clan cats, they whisper to keep an eye on Forgotten Clan, not just the horizons. Fisheye steps forward to give Saffron Shade a life for determination. Saffron Shade grits their teeth as the life rushes into them. I remember Fish Eyes. Weren't we like kind of thinking, oh yeah, Fish Eyes would be like a great leader / deputy or something when like alongside Bonsai Tuft, but alas, 'twas not to be. After giving a small lecture on the blessings and cursings of being so open-minded to what lay beyond the border, Hollyfur happily gives Saffron Shade a life for far-sightedness. Hollyfur! Sky Mask walks up to Saffron Shade, offering a life for instincts. They smile and state that the clan will do well under Saffron Shade's leadership. Dark Kit bounds up to the new leader, reaching up on their hind legs to give them a new life for hope. They flick their tail and head back to make room for the next cat. Petunia Leg approaches, a warm smile on their face. They offer a life for Faith, whispering to take care of the clan as best they can. And finally, Yellow Star steps forward. There is pride in their gaze as they stare into Saffron Shade's eyes. They give a life for loyalty to their clan. Sadly, I do not see any shadow sight, but who knows? Maybe like she's watching. Maybe she's in the crowd. Yellow Star hails Saffron Shade by their new name, Saffron Star, telling them that their old life is no more. They are granted guardianship of Forgotten Clan, and are told to use their new power wisely. The group of starry cats yowls Saffron Star's name in support. Saffron Star wakes up feeling a new strength within their body and knows that they are now ready to lead the clan. And that said, we ought to pick a deputy, and we've already thought about it. That will be Petunia Mask. So Petunia Mask, welcome to being the deputy. This is now the clan list. Saffron Star is the leader, Petunia Mask is the deputy, Wild Skitter is the healer, and then we have the warriors Pete, Psycho, and Ant Tree. And then we have 3 kits who, in a couple moons, will be ready to be apprentices. So I can't wait to see how that goes. Gonna go ahead and save the clan before we even go any further. And hopefully nothing will go wrong when I click time skip 1 moon, because things always go wrong. Ant Tree was grabbed and dropped by an eagle, but they somehow survived. Okay, good. Bluebell Kit woke up with a mild headache, but got up to play anyways, trying to ignore the nagging pain. Bluebell Kit, please don't have the headaches that Wild Skitter has. And Pete announced that they are expecting kits. They decide to move into the nursery in preparation for their soon-to-come kits. Okay. And as for relationships, Saffron Star can't imagine their life if they never met Petunia Mask. Wild Skitter asks Petunia Mask how they're doing. Wild Skitter, Wild Kit, and Saffron Star had a nice talk while eating, probably discussing the fact that there's 2 cats with the wild prefix in the clan. Don't worry, Wildfire and Wild Skitter will be very different. Petunia Mask thinks Burrow Kit was nice to them today. Ant Tree said they'd cover for Petunia Mask, but when it came time, they got Petunia Mask in trouble. Ant Tree, are you jealous that you didn't get picked to be the deputy? That could be it, I don't know. Psycho thinks that Wild Skitter has been acting strangely. Oh dear. Psycho bickered about something trivial with Burrow Kit. Saffron Star can't help but laugh when Bluebell Kit tells a funny joke. Aww. Bluebell Kit, Burrow Kit, and Saffron Star took a sunbath and had a little small talk. Probably talking about like, oh yeah, next moon you kits are gonna become apprentices. What do you think you're gonna do? Wild Kit tells Petunia Mask to count on them in a difficult situation. Aww. Burrow Kit overheard a joke from Ant Tree they didn't get. Pete saw Ant Tree the other day but didn't get a chance to meow hello, and Pete is telling jokes about Wild Kit. Oh, Pete. Don't tell jokes about the kids, they're just kits. And Pete, you are pregnant, so that's the reason you're so curled up. An Ant Tree, you're injured, broken bone, okay. That's gonna put a damper on doing patrols. But at least the kits, you're the one with a headache, yeah. At the very least, you should be doing okay for becoming apprentices soon. How much food do we have? We have plenty of food for a little bit. Let's go ahead and send 2 of you guys out on patrol. I'm gonna be sending Psycho and Petunia Mask on a patrol, just a random patrol. We'll see how it goes. Or actually, I'm gonna send Saffron Star as well. We have enough food that I'm not too worried if, like, we don't catch anything this moon. Trailing behind the patrol, the ground trembles beneath Petunia Mask's paws. They look around wildly for safe footing, just as the earth caves beneath them and the world goes dark. Guys, gotta save them, gotta save them, gotta save them. The patrol works all day to free Petunia Mask and gets nothing else done. At least you saved her. Good job, guys. At least you saved her. That was a little worrying. Wild Skitter. You catch the blustering new leaf. You use the blustering new leaf mourning to try and catch a scent of wild garlic on the breeze. Okay. And what happens? Wild Skitter, ever eagle-eyed, spots grass that looks suspiciously tall with oddly thick blades. Once Nick confirms it as wild garlic, and this patch has heaps to harvest. Excellent. So that leaves everybody who's able to do anything having done anything. Saffron Star is curious about the other clans, naturally. Petunia Mask is craving the taste of frog. Sadly, I don't think you caught any frog today, but maybe you'll catch some frog soon. Wild Skitter wants to get to know Petunia Mask better. I would like if you guys got to know each other better, too. Pete plays mossball with a kit. Aw, you're just hanging in the nursery looking after the kids, and you're expecting some of your own kits. Sayako saw a yappy little dog today. Oh dear. Please don't go too close to the dogs. There's actually 3 dogs upstairs. My sister's decided to dog sit for the entire week, so you might hear some, like, yapping or a little toes clicking on the hardwood floor, so be warned. Aunt Tree's feeling underappreciated. Oh my goodness. Is it because you didn't get picked to be the deputy? I feel bad now, but at the same time, it's like, I had legitimate reasoning for picking Petunia Mask over you. I considered a lot of things in that. Like, I almost went with you, and then I saw that you don't quite have the traits it takes for, like, being a deputy or becoming the leader. A lore master is useful, but not necessarily a cat who, like, has what it takes to lead the clan. Bluebell Kit dreams about being a warrior. I bet you are. You're very close to becoming an apprentice. Wild Kit wants Bluebell Kit to pretend to be their apprentice. Oh my goodness. That could, like, maybe you two could, like, play together and kind of act it out or something. Burrow Kit says Saffron Star is boring and had no fun. Oh my goodness. Burrow Kit. You, little one. You're gonna need some extra guidance to make sure that you don't cause trouble as an apprentice, aren't you? Next moon. Wild Skitter feels relieved at the lack of pain in their head, so does Bluebell Kit. Their pain has finally gone away. Bluebell Paw hopes that Pronghorn Smoke is watching and pride from StarClan as they are apprenticed to Psycho. Wild Paw sits up straight as they're called forward to be made an apprentice. While they try to look calm and collected, they still tremble a bit as they touch noses with Saffron Star. Newly made apprentice Burrowpaw touches noses with their new mentor Petunia Mask. Pete thinks he'll have a small litter. The reticent cat apprentice from Garlic Clan comes asking for Raspberry. They refuse to say why their clan needs them, but your clan still provides them with Raspberry. Okay, interesting, interesting. How are our relationships? Saffron Star saw Wild Kit being considerate. Wild Skitter is scolding Ant Tree. My goodness. Petunia Mask is really surprised that Pete's life isn't as easy as they thought it was. Yeah, just sitting around the nursery all day, like, is probably what Petunia Mask is thinking, but, like, Pete is a little bit on the older side. Pregnancy isn't easy, etc., etc. Ant Tree mews congratulations to Bluebell Kit for a job well done. Sayako saw Wild Kit the other day, but didn't get a chance to meow hello. Sayako was noticeably distracted while Bluebell Kit was trying to tell the story. Bluebell Paw thinks Wild Kit is very helpful. Wild Paw is jealous that Pete got praised by the leader. Oh goodness. Burrow Paw spent a long time talking with Saffron Star and was impressed by Saffron Star's insight. Pete thinks Wild Skitter was nice to them today, and Pete had a fight with Bluebell Paw. Oh my goodness. A lot of cats don't seem to know what to think about Pete, but oh my goodness, you can see the little apprentices kind of just all hanging around. Oh my goodness. Saffron Star bats a moss ball back to Wild Kit when it hits them, chuckling at the wide-eyed Kit. You're not really Kit anymore, are you, Wild Kit? You're Wild Paw now. And that's your apprentice! Wild Paw is your apprentice! That is adorable. Petunia Mask feels overworked. Oh goodness. Petunia Mask, I know you're pretty young, but like, you're the best choice for deputy at this moment. Wild Skitter spends time watching fish in the nearby river. Pete is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. My goodness, Pete. You want the best of food for your little kits, I bet, is what you're thinking. Sayako is in awe of Saffron Star's leadership. I'm glad that you're appreciating it, and you do have valuable insight, so good to have that. Ant Tree is complaining about being sent on Dawn Patrol. Oh dear. Bluebell Paw is complaining about being sent on Dawn Patrol. Are you guys all gonna be... Hang on. No, you're not each other's apprentice. Oh, but Bluebell Paw is Saiko's apprentice. Okay. Wild Paw asks Ant Tree for some advice. And Burrow Paw is grateful to Wild Skitter for their treatment. And your mentor is Petunia Mask. And if I look at their traits now, their apprentices, Bluebell Paw is troublesome, but is quick to help and a careful listener. Wild Paw is strict and quick to help. And Burrow Paw is cold, quick to help, and an avid play fighter. So we'll see how you turn out. This could be quite interesting for you, Burrow Paw. Because like right now I'm looking at the fact that you're cold and you have fighting skill. You might be like one of like the meaner cats in the clan. It'll be very interesting to see how you turn out. How much food do we have? Okay, we need to do some hunting for sure today. So, I'm going to be sending the apprentices on a safe hunting patrol. Or actually, I'm going to send 2 of them with their mentors. Let's see. Your mentor is Saiko, and yours is Saffron Star. I'm going to be sending you 2 on the hunting... I'm going to be sending you 4 on the hunting patrol together. And with 4 cats, this should be much safer. Wildpaw catches the scent of a fox. Tracking it down, the cats spot a kit fox wandering through the grass, carrying a mouse in its jaws. Okay. Like, it says that the apprentice is the one who caught the scent of a fox. However, we have 4 cats together, and between their traits and skills, a lot of me feels like they might they might try and do it, and we do need the food. Plus, they're apprentices, they're going to be trying to, like, prove themselves anyway. It's a small fox, they might think they have what it takes. I'm feeling confident in having 4 cats, despite the fact that 2 of them are apprentices. So 2 of them are adults. I'm feeling confident in the fact that we have 4 cats, 2 of whom are pretty well experienced. I feel like we can do this. Bluebell Paw wanders up to the kit fox, swagger in their step as they take the opportunity to be the bigger predator for once in their life. The kit fox takes one look at the patrol, backing Bluebell Paw up, and decides it's time to be elsewhere as fast as its legs can take it, leaving the single skinny mouse it stole behind. Oh my goodness. The apprentices totally took on this little tiny fox. I love that. And we brought home a small amount of prey, which I want to see how much that should suffice. That should suffice. Petunia Mask and Burrow Paw, I'm going to send you guys on a training patrol. While Burrow Paw and Petunia Mask are out walking, Burrow Paw seems preoccupied. When Petunia Mask brings their patrol to a halt and asks what's wrong, they reveal they've been having a hard time sleeping. Their dreams are filled with shadows and images. Ooh, interesting. What's going on with you? Petunia Mask listens sympathetically, gently nodding as Burrow Paw pours out their troubles until the apprentice eventually runs out of words. They've been dealing with a lot apparently, and while Petunia Mask isn't sure what to do, they can offer support and time away from Burrow Paw's troubles, and just that is already enough to make Burrow Paw's ears stop drooping. Oh, Burrow Paw just needs that extra little bit of support. Petunia Mask is just providing that extra little bit of support that Burrow Paw needs. I think that's very sweet. That is very sweet. Wild Skitter, go ahead and do some herb gathering. Gonna find some wild garlic. And you gathered some. It's that suspiciously tall, oddly thick blades. Yes. And with that, let's look at the next moon. I bet that the kids are gonna be born. I hope. We don't have enough healthy medicine cats? Oh no. I just saw... What? Forgotten Clan doesn't have enough to pray for next moon. What? Ant Tree died from a broken... How do you die from a broken bone? Like, I thought it was a broken leg. Like, how? Was it infected? Did something go wrong? Pete had a litter of 3 kids with an unknown partner. Okay, but Wild Skitter nuzzles against the fur of their dead child, their kit, their ant tree, and feels as though the world has ended. Nobody can comfort Wild Skitter during the vigil. They're absolutely inconsolable, convinced they'll never feel normal again without Ant Tree beside them. Oh, Wild Skitter, you have... They have been through a lot. This family has lost so many. Wild Skitter does not do well with grief, is something I'm finding very quickly. The past moon, Ant Tree has taken their place in Star Clan. Forgotten Clan mourns their loss, and their clanmates will miss the spot they took up in their lives. Moments of their life are shared in stories around the small circle of mourners that, as those that were closest to them, take them to their final resting place. Oh my gosh. Saffron Star finds a bit of fluff that smells like ant tree and adds... That hurts! Adds it to their nest. That, like, normally this is like done with like a living cat that you're pretty close with. This one just hurts right now. Ant Tree. I feel bad I didn't make you deputy, but at the same time, you wouldn't have survived to be the deputy. Wild Skitter thinks Psycho was nice to them today. Wild Skitter started a huge argument between Bluebell Paw and Saffron Star. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Petunia Mask thinks Burrow Paw is very helpful. I was so glad that Petunia Mask and Burrow Paw are getting along. I feel like Burrow Paw does need that extra bit of support, because like I was like kind of looking at the traits and stuff and like everything, how Burrow Paw kept acting out and was very worried. But Petunia Mask is giving the extra bit of support that Burrow Paw needs, I feel. So that is very good. Psycho thinks Wild Paw was nice to them today. Psycho asks Wild Paw about something complicated and is amazed at how quickly Wild Paw understands. Wild Paw is a very smart kid, or apprentice, apparently. Bluebell Paw is talking with Psycho. Wild Paw called Pete the wrong name. How do you call, like, Pete is such a simple name. How do you mess up Pete? Burrow Paw is really surprised that Wild Skitter's life isn't as easy as they thought it was. Yeah, I mean... Burrow Paw has kind of had like these anger issues and now is like seeing the grief that Wild Skitter is going, like the grief that the clan is feeling over losing yet another cat. Pete nods politely as Petunia Mask passes by. Pete, Psycho, and Burrow Paw had a nice talk while eating. Pete bickered about something trivial with Wild Paw. And Wild Skitter nuzzles the fur of their dead kit. Oh. Yeah, Wild Skitter is fully... It says Wild Skitter is feeling happy. I don't think you are. I really don't think you are. You are grieving. I do not think you are happy right now. Saffron Star is wondering what the inside of a two-leg den looks like. I would probably not dare to investigate at the moment unless you find the place that's been like long abandoned. Even then, I wouldn't risk it. Petunia Mask is thinking about how awful kitty pet food must taste. Yeah, I would not go near it, probably, unless like there's literally no other choice. Wild Skitter, you are not happy. You are grieving. Pete wants to spend time alone today, and you're recovering from birth. I can't wait to see your little kids. I'm just kind of going through the little list right now. Psycho wants to get to know Pete better. Aw. Bluebell Paw is having a hard day. Aw. Wild Paw gets lost on patrol. Burrow Paw is playing a prank on Pete. Oh, come on, really? Streak Kit snuggles up to the belly of Pete. And you can kind of like, you can see the little stripe, so that's the name that's probably why you're called Streak Kit, because you got that little streak along your back. Furled Kit snuggles up to the belly of Pete. And Spike Kit snuggles up to the belly of Pete. Oh my goodness, look at them! You got 3 little BB kits now. I can't wait to see what they look like when they grow up, too. They're gonna be adorable, I can tell. But for now, we have enough food for 1 moon, and that is basically it. We do have the ration prey tactic, so once we've gotten, like, once we're low on food, we're low on food. I'm gonna be sending apprentices with their mentors to go on hunting patrols, and we're gonna play it safe. apprentices with their mentors, or actually, I'm gonna be sending one mentor with 3 apprentices. I'm trying to think, what should I do? I'm gonna be sending Saffron Star with Wild Paw, and I'm gonna be sending everybody with their apprentice. That's what I'm gonna do. Hunting patrols, everybody with their apprentice. Catch a scent of a mouse nearby, and you point a little dirt path that's trodden into the dirt at the base of the grass. That's what it'll use to that's what it'll try to use as an escape path. I cannot read, but let's go ahead and proceed. Wild Paw narrowly misses the mouse, their tail drooping sadly as it scurries off into the distance, and we brought back a very small amount of prey. I mean, it's barely enough to feed us for the day. Psycho and Bluebell Paw, you may also go on a patrol. Catch a scent of a red fox. I will not risk going after a red fox. Not with an apprentice in tow and only one cat as backup. It's impossible to say whether the fox killed it or found it. Yeah, we're not going after that. And you two, Burrowpaw and Petunia Mask. The patrol comes across a mouse. Burrowpaw pounces on the mouse with a squeak of surprise from both prey and apprentice. Oh my goodness. But we have a decent amount of prey, I would say. And I think that will wrap things up for this episode. I feel like we could have done more, I feel like, but at the same time, I'm feeling a little out of sorts after losing Ant Tree right now. I feel like everybody else is too. How is everybody's relationships, though, I want to see. You are still feeling very close with the cats you have. Psycho, you have more romantic-like towards than any platonic-like. I do feel like that could develop into something. We'll see. Petunia Mask, you basically feel the same. You feel comfort around Pete and trust around Wild Paw. You do get along with Burrowpaw a little bit. You get along better with Bluebell Paw, but Burrowpaw you're starting to try and build up that relationship with as your apprentice. Wild Skitter, you have a very complicated relationship with Saffron Star. You can see that like and dislike are like equal, but you're secure. You have a lot of security and reliance in Saffron Star. Pete, you mostly get along with your kits. Well, of course you get along with your kits. Don't like Wild Paw, apparently, or Saffron Star, or Bluebell Paw. Pete, my goodness, you don't like a lot of the cats here, do ya? Interesting. I wonder how Pete's gonna turn out. Psycho has a bit of a relationship with Wild Paw, a little bit towards Burrowpaw, a bit towards Saffron Star, a bit towards... You don't like Bluebell Paw that much. You don't have a ton of, strong feelings towards anybody. Hopefully that will develop over time. Bluebell Paw, you have some platonic like towards your family members, and you don't like Wild Skitter or Pete much. Wild Paw, you get along with family okay, and you don't like Pete. Interesting. Burrowpaw, you have a lot of platonic like towards the cats that you get along with. You don't have a ton towards Psycho. You do have some comfort and trust towards Petunia Mask. Not necessarily like, but some comfort and trust. And then the kits are too young to really have any particular strong feelings, so we'll see how that goes over time. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So guys, thank you all so much for watching this episode of The Waste. If you enjoyed, please do be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. And if you're not already, please do consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Stay safe out there, everybody.